I'm Mimi Bronco, and I work in IT service management. I'm a business analyst. If people become more comfortable talking about things, then the stigma will go away eventually. You can think about a lot of things that just were never discussed even when we were little, and people are openly discussing them now. And I think that's fantastic. And so I wanted to share my story so that if anybody's experiencing the same sort of issues that I am or that I did, that maybe they'll be able to say, hey, she got therapy and it really helped her. So I think maybe I can do that too. So my childhood was not fun. I will just tell you that right now. There was a lot of emotional abuse, physical abuse, and sexual abuse. There was some emotional abuse and physical abuse from the family members, parents, mother and father, and an older brother. He was 6 years older. A neighbor was sexually abusing me. And I think a lot of the issues that I then ran into as a teenager stemmed from that, but also because I told my mother that it was happening and she did nothing to help me. Her course of action was to do nothing, which left it up to me. And I think in the end, that actually gave me the opportunity to realize my power, because I actually ended up stopping it 2 years later, because I knew that there was not an adult that was going to help me, that if it was going to end, it would have to come from me. I just said no. I simply said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. You can't do this to me. But a couple years later, of course, I became depressed, clinically depressed, and ended up trying to kill myself twice, which of course, obviously, that was a lot to happen to a child. So not a surprise. But I went to see the first of many therapists, and he helped me get through the teen years, just talk therapy, going through everything and spending hours crying, which is absolutely okay. If you need to cry, you go ahead and cry. And discussing things that just were not okay to discuss with my mother, with even my sister. The real help came years later. In the 90s, I moved to Boston, and I realized that I wasn't finished working on the issues. I was still depressed. I would have times in my life where I would be paralyzed with fear, anxiety. I would be locked in my house and I wouldn't leave for 3 days at a time. I was in school at the time, in college, and you can't miss 3 days of college and have people, where are you? You're missing deadlines, you're missing assignments. And so I found a therapist, and luckily this woman was awesome. Her name was Jai, and she lived in the Boston area. And I saw her for the 3 years that I lived in Boston. If you want to see a therapist, the first one, the second one, the third one might not be the right therapist for you. Maybe it's the fourth one. Feel free to interview people to make sure that you're talking to someone that you really feel safe with, because you're going to be sharing incredibly sensitive information with them. And it's really important that you feel like you're in a safe place. I have found a number of tools that I can use. Number one, you have to have people that you can talk to. And I've really surrounded myself with friends that are open to hearing things that may make a lot of other people uncomfortable. If I'm feeling down, it's so hard sometimes for people who have never experienced real depression to respond to that. What do they say to that? But I think I have found some people that are really open to hearing that, and they'll just listen to me. And I find oftentimes all you need to do is talk and get it out. I've definitely come to realize how important exercise is. I find that if I go even a week without getting 30 minutes of really good aerobic exercise, that I can start feeling depressed. So that's why I really believe that it's a chemical reaction. So I go hiking, I play pickleball, I played softball for probably 15 years every weekend. Even just going on a quick stroll around my neighborhood, just getting a good mile in where you're really raising your heart rate really helps. Gardening is another fantastic thing because you're growing living things. It's so easy when you're feeling down to just to insulate yourself and not want to reach out. But I find that sort of getting out into the world and doing things, even if it's joining a hiking group or maybe taking art lessons with some friends, doing something with groups of people, getting out there and joining really helps. I think it's really important that more people see that it's okay. So many people have whatever the issue is that you're dealing with at the moment. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do it by yourself.